Hello, class of 2020. Remember me? It's me, Dr. Kalenis, your long-lost principal. I know we haven't seen each other in months, but I hope you haven't forgotten me, as I will never forget you. In fact, I want you to know that I've thought of all of you virtually each and every day since we have been apart. And though our ceremony today is mostly a virtual one, I want you to know that I'm overwhelmed right now with very real feelings of joy and pride as I think of us all being together one final time to officially celebrate your graduation from Libertyville High School. Like most of your second semester senior year, this was not the way we wanted to conduct graduation. But as you have demonstrated time and time again, you will not let circumstances outside of your control prevent you from demonstrating your Wildcat spirit and your joy. Today is your day. This is your moment. Class of 2020, welcome to graduation. To get our ceremonies officially started, let's welcome Senior Class Executive Board member, Miss Julia Blockinger.
Good evening, honored guests and fellow graduates. I'm Julia Blockinger, a member of the Senior Class Board. Although we gather here today in a way that none of us expected, it is my privilege to welcome you to the Libertyville High School Class of 2020 commencement ceremony. Tonight, we proudly celebrate our achievements and fondly reflect on our experiences as Wildcats. We are fortunate enough to be a part of such a supportive community that rallies behind our school's athletics, fine arts, and a multitude of activities and events. LHS provides a place for everyone through a number of different programs that give us all the opportunity to get involved, connect, and grow as individuals. With our school year being cut short, we are so lucky to have all these special memories that make saying goodbye so much harder than any of us thought. Personally, I see our class as one of the most resilient groups of people I've ever met. Even though we were apart at the end of the year, our class itself, along with our teachers and staff, brought us together in so many creative and unique ways. From designing a virtual prom to hosting a senior parade, hanging Senior Strong banners on Milwaukee, delivering Class of 2020 yard signs, and creating countless videos, you went above and beyond. To the teachers and staff, we are so thankful for your tireless efforts and personal touches. You nailed it. Despite this craziness, looking back to the first day of freshman year, our class has displayed constant, unwavering spirit at sporting events, during spirit weeks, and especially assemblies. Dr. K, you should probably rename this the Class of 2020 Spirit Cup. As we look towards the future and move on to the next chapter of our lives, we should not let these past 4 months overshadow these past 4 years because they have been formative in making us the strong-minded individuals we are today. On behalf of all the graduates, I wish to thank those who join us here tonight. We are successful because of your constant support, and we know our accomplishments were made possible by your guidance and encouragement. To the Class of 2020, you have big things coming for you. Thank you.
Here we are in the main gym, the place where your Wildcat spirit burned so brightly. One part of the legacy of the Class of 2020 is how you always led our school in unity, spirit, and class pride. If there was a school event, assembly, or competition, I could always count on the Class of 2020 to come out in full force and support our fellow Wildcats. The LHS staff will never forget how you led 800 students down Route 176 for our big football game against Carmel, or how you shocked the world and won the LHS Homecoming Spirit Cup as a junior class. It is now time for us to honor our nation with the national anthem. We thought it was fitting to show the national anthem as a compilation of our LHS choir performing at assemblies over the last 4 years. Please welcome our LHS choir.
Oh, say, can you see? stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air. We flew through the night, and our flag was still there. Forsake us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of
This afternoon, we celebrate the 458 members of the class of 2020 who will earn their high school diplomas. At this moment, however, let us pause to remember one member of the class of 2020, Tony Borsha, who sadly left us much too early. Though not here in body, Tony is certainly here in spirit, and we pause for a moment of silence to remember him and all he gave our world. I'm here in our choir room, reflecting on all the beautiful music that our choir has performed over the past 4 years. I want to thank Dr. Brown and the senior members of the LHS choir for performing that beautiful song for us today. The students created that music while they were home on quarantine last spring. It was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for that gift. Now, I'd like us to welcome our first speaker, your classmate, Mr. Drew Hopkins.
The last 4 years have been the best of my life so far, and I'm sure that that statement applies to many of my fellow classmates. Now, this would be the perfect time for me to summarize my high school experience, plug all the classes I loved, all the clubs I participated in, but I'm not going to do that. 1, because I don't want to bore you, and 2, because commemorating our past is only half of what graduation is about. That is not to say the last 4 years weren't important. Of course they were. Only that no matter how hard we may try to get them back, we never will. That is the hardest part of graduating, the finality of it. Knowing that I may never visit my LST, drop into the MASH, or show up late to early bird ever again. I'm certain that many of you are feeling anxious, sad, confused. I know because I feel the same way. We're standing on the edge of an entirely new, adult world, and no one knows how the future will unfold, what victories you will achieve, and what defeats you'll suffer. That finality, that sense of ending, is the most difficult thing to overcome as we graduate. However, hard as it may be to look it dead in the eye, it is also the greatest possible gift. Now, anyone who knows me even a little bit knows that I am mildly obsessed with history. And I don't doubt that some of my friends are groaning right now, but I simply couldn't pass up the chance to use a history reference. When the Umayyad Caliphate crossed the Straits of Gibraltar in the 8th century to begin their conquest of Iberia, the commander ordered all his ships, which had ferried his army over, be burnt after everyone had disembarked. By removing the ability for his army to turn back, the commander knew that his men would have no choice but to move forward. I believe that this graduation is our 21st century burning one's boats. The door behind us has firmly closed shut, meaning we have nowhere else to move but forwards. Whether or not you want to remember high school fondly, you now have the chance to do with your life whatever you choose. Never before have you had so much freedom, so much control over your own destiny, and while yes, it is overwhelming, it is also exhilarating. When we were little and our parents told us that we could be anything we wanted, there wasn't exactly much we could do about it at the time. A toddler can't exactly land an internship at NASA. But now you can do something about it. You can get that internship at NASA. You can write that book. You can fight for that cause. And you can better yourself in 1,000 other ways. Rather than clinging to the closed door behind you, march forward into whatever destiny you choose for yourself. Relish the memories that you made, yes, but don't let them trap you from making new ones. The first chapters of the book of your life have already been filled, and all the whiteout in the world won't change that. But the rest of the pages are just waiting for you to write in them. Just like those soldiers looking at their burning ships, we cannot turn back. Instead, we must face our heads forward and forge our own future. Thank you.
Drew spoke about the value of letting go of the past and moving forward. In that spirit, I wanted to show you the newly renovated Butler Lake Hall and bring you into our brand new dance studio. Seniors, I know you never got to use this amazing new facility, but I want you to know it is your legacy of artistic and dance excellence upon which this wonderful structure has been built. Now, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, your classmate, Miss Jennifer Short.
Libertyville High School is as special as a school as the students in it. Where else do you find people getting slimed at assemblies? Or a drum line marching through the halls before every football game and after every state championship? Who else has prom in downtown Chicago? Only LHS. Seriously, not even Vernon Hills does that stuff. This past semester has shown me a lot about myself, my town, my high school, and most especially my classmates. In a time of hardship and disappointment, we didn't sit back and complain. We mourned our losses while striving towards the next best outcome. I wasn't at all surprised when hours after hearing school would be canceled for prom and our ABC countdown, there were already talks of where can we host our own prom in somebody's backyard, and how do we put together a video for ABC Countdown without ever having to leave our bedrooms? This is, of course, the class that upended the spirit competition last year with a win over the seniors. This is, of course, the class that is capable of anything. Through all of this, we were resilient, we stood together, and now we are here, and one last time, we are all Wildcats together. I take back that I was done. And I take it back because I would give anything to go out on lunch release one last time with my friends and scream songs with the windows down. I would give anything to take pictures in the poorly lit hallways with my friends in our ABC countdown outfits. I would give anything to walk down the hallway one last time and see faces that I've been going to school with for over 12 years now. I was ready to be done. But now that my classmate and my's journey to being done has been upended, I guess that all we can be is ready. Thank you.
Class of 2020, as I stand here in Mr. O'Neill's classroom, I think about all the times I would come and watch you learning with your teachers, developing your skills, and deepening your knowledge. In terms of scholarship, the class of 2020 stands among the best of the best. You leave a legacy of academic excellence that positions you as among the finest high school graduating classes in the nation. Let's keep the impressive collective talents of your whole class in mind as we now take a moment to recognize those individuals with exemplary academic achievements. Let's first recognize our National Merit Honor Society students. Students, please stand in your homes and take a bow. Thank you for your service, your scholarship, and your leadership. Next, let's recognize our LHS honor grads. These students have achieved a 4.0 cumulative GPA or higher. Students, please stand in your homes and take a bow. An accomplishment like this requires tremendous dedication and discipline. Thank you for leading the way with your academic excellence. Class of 2020, I hope you all leave LHS with the understanding that your education is both a gift and a blessing, and that so many people in this world are envious of you for having it. Your education is your power and your freedom to choose pathways in life that are closed to so many others. During your time at LHS, you have been challenged to become daring. You've been pushed into moments of struggle and discomfort, and you've been asked to stretch your thinking and your imaginations. And now, while I'm certain that many of these moments were tedious and frustrating and difficult, I'm equally certain that it is precisely these moments that will provide you the skills and the tools and the confidence to launch yourself into the next chapter of life. I hope you leave LHS with a hunger to continue to challenge yourself and a desire to continue to jump into discomfort so you can grow. Keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing yourself forward. Your future is unlimited and unknowable. Strive, ever onward. I've brought us down to our link crew room so we can now recognize our senior link crew leaders. These students give up the cherished senior lunch release so that they can stay here and help our freshman Wildcats transition to high school. I am deeply grateful for your patience, your sacrifice, and all the great work you guys did helping our freshmen have an awesome school year. Thank you, Link Crew leaders. Please stand in your homes, take a bow, and be recognized. Speaking of service, I would now like to honor and recognize the 8 members of the class of 2020 who are wearing red, white, and blue tassels today because they have chosen to serve the United States by enlisting in branches of the military after graduation. Students, please stand at your home and take a bow when I read your name. Andrew Basilic, appointment to the United States Naval Academy, Annapolis. Matthew Balmas and Keita Feltner, enlistment in the United States Navy. Benjamin Leonard, United States Navy Reserve Officer Training Corps. Evan Hertzler, Zachary Hyatt, and Joshua Kruger, United States Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. And Christian Volker, United States Army Reserve Officer Training Corps. Congratulations, and let me also extend a sincere gratitude and thanks to all of the parents and guardians and friends and family members who are out there watching today, who are serving in our military on active duty right now. Thank you for your service to our nation. At LHS, part of our daring mission is the belief that our lives are enriched when we serve causes greater than ourselves. During the past 4 years, we've attempted to nurture your ability to be dreamers and doers. And I want to tell you, as a class, you have made us so proud with the many moments where you demonstrated your deep commitment to serving our community, our nation, and our world. Some of you fought for gender equality and social justice. Some of you pushed for conservation and sustainability. Some of you attempted to eradicate hunger and food insecurity. Some of you volunteered to tutor and mentor younger children. Some of you traveled the world on service projects helping impoverished communities. And others, you raised money for wonderful organizations that help people in need. What you all did was demonstrate that contrary to any popular notions that teenagers are self-absorbed and shallow, you have shown that you're deeply aware of your responsibility to be the changes you wish to see in the world. And you're using your technology skills, your creativity, and your energy to build networks and coalitions to try to create novel solutions to age-old problems. Thank you, class of 2020, for your remarkable service. Graduation not only marks the end of high school for our graduating seniors, but it also starts a new chapter in the lives of our retiring teachers. At this moment, I would like our community to pause to recognize and celebrate the outstanding service of our 3 LHS faculty graduates this year. These individuals have given years of their professional lives to serve our students and our families at Libertyville High School. The class of 2020 faculty graduates are Ms. Susan Price, Special Services, Mr. Bo Schaefer, Science, and Mr. Matt Leone, Science. Thank you to all 3 of these staff members. You will be deeply missed. Congratulations, class of 2020. You have successfully fulfilled all the requirements for graduation. You have marked your time at LHS with distinction, honor, and fidelity. As the 102nd graduating class, you have demonstrated your ability to carry forth our school's legacy of excellence, and you have proudly claimed the right to be called true Wildcats. As you go forward in this new chapter in life, I'd like you to pause today for just a moment, and I'd ask you to look inward. Look into your heart. Look into your spirit. Do you feel the seeds of wisdom, strength, and resilience that have been planted this spring? Do you feel the grittiness you've developed taking root? Do you see yourself as I see you, mature beyond your years, battle-tested and forged through conflict and hardships? Not for 100 years has a senior class graduated during a time of a global pandemic. And while we can sit here today and think of all the unfortunate things that you missed out on and all the memories that you couldn't make, I would ask us instead to think about how you have become unforgettable. My hope is that you'll soon realize how one of life's great paradoxes, the fact that we actually grow and develop through hardship and challenge, it has benefited you in ways that no other generation of young people can ever truly understand. Look inside yourself. You got knocked down. You got knocked down by an uncontrollable force. But do you see? You're unbroken. Look inside yourself. You were forced into isolation. But do you see the wisdom that you've gained of now understanding that our strength as a community lies in our unity and our togetherness? Look inside yourself. You have felt pain. But do you see how that has now given you an empathy and an ability to understand the crushing disappointment that people can feel when their lives are interrupted or their dreams are put on hold? Look inside yourself. Do you see the wisdom you now possess? A wisdom that you can't get through a book or through studying, but only through a life well lived. You've gained a wisdom that will serve you for many years to come, and I hope it gives you confidence and you think about how you're going to use it. Class of 2020, you are truly my heroes. You're not superheroes because you don't possess superpowers. You're just regular, everyday, ordinary heroes. And the reason is because in our society, we don't celebrate heroes because they had it easy. We don't call a person a hero because their road was simple. A hero is someone who has had to overcome something. And you have had to overcome so much. You will live in my mind and you will be immortal. In LHS history, we will be talking about the class of 2020 for many years to come. You are true wildcats in academics, in sports and the arts. You are wildcats in service and in spirit, and we will tell your tale and sing your praises for generations. So it is now with great pleasure that I present you, the class of 2020, to our community for graduation. Congratulations. And now, please welcome Dr. Prentice Lee, District 128 Superintendent of Schools. He has some words of congratulations for our graduates.
Good day. I'm honored to be the superintendent at what I believe is the best high school district in the country, Community High School District 128. On behalf of the entire District 128 family, I want to express my sincere congratulations to all Libertyville High School students who comprise the daring class of 2020. Commencement is a very special time of year at District 128 because it is the culmination, recognition, and validation of 4 years of student commitment, dedication, and discipline in meeting our rigorous graduation requirements. And commencement is also a time to reflect back upon your many individual and team achievements and accomplishments in academics, the fine arts, athletics, activities, and community service during your 4 years at LHS. I have had the distinct pleasure and honor to watch you learn, grow, and add to the storied legacy of excellence at Libertyville High School over the past 4 years. And your dignity, grace, and leadership in responding and adapting to the many challenges and losses throughout the historic, unprecedented COVID-19 crisis and the continuing search for social justice was nothing short of amazing. The class of 2020 will always hold a very special place in our hearts, and you will never be forgotten. It is truly an honor for me to participate in your commencement ceremony. LHS graduates, you are virtually surrounded by the village that literally raised the child. Following a tradition started by former D128 Superintendent Dr. David Clough, I would like the graduates to take a moment to join me in celebrating the very special family members and friends who are supporting you today. First, parents and guardians. Next, grandparents. Now, your teachers. And finally, other relatives, friends, neighbors, and community members. Thanks to all of you for your support of these outstanding young adults. Class of 2020, as we celebrate your graduation, I hope that you feel surrounded by the spirit of goodwill from those who are gathered to celebrate your commencement. Again, on behalf of the District 128 family, congratulations on your graduation. I know that you will do great things in the years to come. I would also like to shout out to and recognize Catherine Corliss, Maya Gavrilevich, and Jessica Lee, who served as the LHS Student School Board representatives. Catherine, Maya, and Jessica represented and served you and the Board of Education with distinction this year. Thanks to you all. And thank you and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Let us now welcome Ms. Casey Rooney, District 128 Board of Education member.
It is a pleasure to represent my fellow school board members at this special and unique occasion. I am honored to finally welcome the Libertyville High School class of 2020 to your hard-earned graduation ceremony. By now, you've all processed that graduation looks a little different this year. Not quite what you expected. But we are not here to focus on a virus, that weird little ball with the spikes on it that upended your senior year. We are here to celebrate a class of Wildcats who embodies the spirit of the mission of our school in more ways than we ever thought possible. You are truly daring. The class of 2020 has shown astounding adaptability in the face of a crisis that essentially brought the world to its knees. You have learned that life is not always predictable. You can plan and prepare for 4 years for your senior milestones, only to find yourself immersed in e-learning while becoming an expert on Zoom instead. As you move on to the next chapter of your life, let go of the notion that a plan has to be perfect or you have to make the right decision. When things change, you've proven that you can be nimble, relying on those strong adaptability skills you have now acquired to meet the demands of a moment. As you reflect on your experiences as a Wildcat, you'll think of your friends, your teachers, your activities, and your numerous accomplishments. You have represented your school and your community extremely well during your 4 years at LHS. Remember to take a moment and recognize those who have supported you along the way. You've had excellent teachers, coaches, and administrators who've helped you and who've challenged you to be your best. Continue to lean on your Wildcat community. They'll be a source of strength going forward. Your shared experience in these extraordinary times will really provide you with the base of that strength. More importantly, take the time to recognize that your family has supported and loved you through the last 4 years and appreciate them. All the people who have touched your life as a Wildcat have taught you lessons in creativity along the way. Through the non-traditional ways that they've celebrated your graduation, they've shown you innovative ways to think outside the box. Take that lesson out into the world with you. As you continue to be inquisitive, explore options, and search for creative solutions as you journey beyond Libertyville High School. The class of 2020 has most certainly proven itself to be resilient. You have faced adversity. It won't be the last time. The silver lining of being tested, it puts steel in your spine. It gives you a reservoir of strength to draw from the next time you face a challenge. Graduates, you have so much to be proud of and so much to look forward to. On behalf of the Board of Education, I want to congratulate you and wish you all the best. I am honored to approve and accept the Libertyville High School Class of 2020 for commencement.
This concludes the virtual portion of our ceremony. Thank you for attending. Now, seniors, it's your time to come back to campus one last time to walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Please follow the instructions that were mailed to you earlier this week. See you soon.